Hi, everyone. Delfino Aguilar here, as VP of Wholesale Production here at Kind Lending with your newest edition of Del Talk. And I am super excited to bring our newest guest on with us today. We're bringing you Del Talk that's powered by Kind Lending. And we have one of our favorite AEs here locally in San Diego, Jennifer Martinez. Jen, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, Delfino?
I'm excited to talk to you today. Like we just had lunch 2 weeks ago, so it's great we were out in the field too also, so that was fun. We'll talk a little bit about that, but it's always great to do these. And I love bringing our AEs on here to talk a little bit about Kind, a little bit about themselves and what they bring to the table for their brokers. So let's get into it here, Jen. I mean, we've known each other a long time, but for those of the folks out there watching that don't know who Jennifer Martinez is, give us a little bit of background about who you are.
I'm an account executive for Kind Lending down in San Diego. I think that we met several years ago, and I wouldn't stop knocking on your door for you to hire me. Yep. And yes, I have had a huge opportunity to be one of the first AEs with Kind Lending, and it's been amazing. There's been a lot of growth, and it's just very exciting times.
Yeah. Well, no, we're lucky to have you. We've seen you grow and hit record numbers here at Kind, since you've been here in such a short time. So Jen, you've been here for about 7 months already, 8 months, and you've had a really good experience, and you've grown with us here as a lender too. What's made your choice of coming to Kind unique? What brought you here to Kind Lending?
I would say that Glenn Stearns, of course, helped me with that choice. Yeah. But the operations management as well as the support, I mean, you can't find better people to help you grow in this career and just, know that people want you to succeed. And as an account executive, that's very important.
It is, and I think as an AE, some of the folks you work with are not new to you. You're also working with new operational leaders here at Kind Lending. What are some things that you feel separates us operationally from other customers, other banks, because you talk to a lot of different brokers, not only in your territory, but out in Northern California and other parts of the territory that you cover. That are not only local, and they work with a lot of different lenders. So what are some things that stands out to us operationally?
Our underwriters are amazing.
Yeah.
They will actually pick up the phone and call a broker and ask them exactly what their thought process was when they were putting the application together. Mm-hmm. And most underwriters, there's not a lot of underwriters that'll do that. Mm-hmm. So I think the communication piece is huge. As well as, our operations staff wants to help our broker partners get their loans closed. They go the extra mile. They always do it with a smile. Right. I can't really say anything poorly about, our service.
Yeah. And I think that's phenomenal. It is. Yeah. And I think phenomenal is a good word to say it. I think a lot of times we hear from customers, that they really appreciate that extra phone call. They really appreciate us working together with them to close their transactions. So Jen, we were talking a lot about the opportunity for you, and so talk to us a little bit more in detail about the opportunity you had as being a pioneer account executive here at Kind Lending. We have our pioneer brokers, but we also have our crew that came in first that went through the growing pains with us, right? But part of that is having an open territory and being able to choose your customers. So talk to us how you maximize that.
I believe, like with other companies, there's 6 or 7 account executives in each territory, and you're always fighting for an account or, a loan officer. And I had the opportunity to get the Kind name and the Kind movement out in San Diego by myself, with your help, of course. But I had a huge opportunity, and I think that it's been an amazing opportunity. And I think that we're getting our name out there, and I'm very excited. it's exciting times, and I think that we're just going to keep getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah. And I think you just mentioned, we're getting out there. One of the reasons why we're doing these interviews with you and with other industry people is to kind of let the mortgage industry and others know who we are here at Kind Lending. You touched on getting out there, right? So the atmosphere is changing a little bit. People are going out in the field. You and I went out in the field. I'm out, out and about now, traveling the country. Talk to us how your brokers are feeling about their AEs in your region coming out to meet them. Are they timid? Are they, yeah, come on in. We had a fun experience when we went out. We were able to meet with a lot of different people. So share with us a little bit about that.
I think it's a mixed, feeling. I think that when I'm talking to my broker clients, I'm asking them, well, how do you feel about lunch? And some are open to it and others are not. I think that, once the vaccine rolls out and we go back to normal life, that people are going to be excited. Yeah. I was very excited to be out and, meet with people. We were outside, but it's that interaction with people, because it's so much different than being on the phone. And I am more of a people person.
It is. Yeah. So you mentioned being on the phone, right? Like I love being out and seeing our customers face to face. Those meetings go a long way, especially if they're friends of ours we haven't seen in a long time. Like we saw some of our mutual customers we went out to go see. It was great. But as an account executive, you guys have had to change the way you sell in this environment over the last almost year. I think, California, San Diego was locked down March 10th, so we're almost at that year mark. We're off by 1 day right now as we're recording this. And so tell me how you modified your selling and how you're looking at that in the future.
So I will, in the future, I can't wait to get out and go and start doing my lunches again and my presentations face to face. That's just the type of account executive that I am. Yep. It has been a transition. Right. In the past year, I had to learn how to do social media. Right.
Which we're going to touch on that.
Of course. And, Zoom meetings. Yeah. FaceTime calls. It's definitely been a difference. And you have to just kind of transition and adapt to your environment.
Yeah. Has it been hard, Jen, doing it? Like for AEs? I mean, obviously it's hard. It's different. It's uncomfortable, especially if you have to FaceTime someone. Like I had to FaceTime someone for the first time that's not my niece or nephew or my kids. So that was kind of weird, FaceTiming with someone, but you modify your business. Has that been difficult for you as an AE?
In the beginning, it was. I mean, just to do social media posts or to be on camera was a huge transition for me. Right. It's different than being face to face. Yeah. And so, it was a transition. I used to feel like it was easier to get in front of someone in person because I had nowhere to go.
Right. Right. They're in front of you, right? Where are you going? Right.
Right. But, just being on the phone, you have to be a little bit more, not so much aggressive, but just you have to get your point across and get your marketing across and what you can offer to people, because the phone is so much different than it is in person.
Yeah, right. It is a lot. You have to be more polished with your initial offering, Yes. So we talked a little bit about Instagram, social media, Facebook. I know that you're active on Instagram. You talked a little bit about how uncomfortable that was initially. I got to tell you, I wasn't used to it. When we started these processes, we have the greatest marketing team in the world here at Kind is a resource for account executives. You talk to the marketing team a lot, right? And they've helped you, with your social media. So tell me how much has that helped your business? Have people noticed you? Hey, Jen is on Instagram. Do they go to you for contact information on social media? And do you find it's been a valuable resource for you to grow your business?
I have, yes. So, especially on Instagram, those hashtags,
Yeah.
I have had people reach out to me and say, what is this kind movement? Like, how can I get signed up? And, I've put them in contact with other account executives in their region, but it has been a huge tool for me. I didn't believe that I would say that, but yes, social media has helped me.
Yeah, I think you've even had some brokers reach out to you, get approved on it as well too. So
yes,
that's been a valuable resource. I find that we talk about a lot of social media platforms. We're actively on Clubhouse. Glenn has a new event that he does Tuesdays and Thursdays that we're going to talk a little bit about in our next kind of interviews that we're doing on Clubhouse. Clubhouse is the newest kind of tool out there, which is great. All of our AEs are going to be on it. Jen, we talked about it in our sales meeting today, in our national sales meeting. So we're excited about that too, right? So let's transition a little bit. We rolled out a new product offering, which is Symmetry, here for our account executives. So talk to us a little bit about how important a new product is, or is it important to you guys, to an account executive? How do you sell it, specifically Symmetry, and what are some things that you open up with when you're talking to a prospect or to an approved account with us around Symmetry and just in general new products? So first, let's talk about Symmetry first.
Well, I think it's a huge benefit for our mortgage brokers.
Yeah.
With COVID and everything else, the jumbo market kind of shrunk and went away for a little while. I do hear of some companies starting to open it up. But I mean, here in Southern California, you can't buy a house for less than $1 million, really. And and the conforming loan limit, I believe, was $748,500 now down here in San Diego. And, it's just, you're giving that opportunity to these buyers to buy their dream home.
Right.
And when we don't have a jumbo product available, I mean, you can go up to 89.99%. Loan to value, total loan to value, as well as you've got your max debt to income ratio of 45%. It's simple to add it within our system. So it's a huge offering. It's a huge benefit to my clients, at least down here in San Diego.
Yeah, it is. It is. We've seen a large increase of people trying to get approved with us right now because of that. Not all wholesale lenders offer that combo. It's just a value add to our customers here. So Jen, we've covered a lot, your background, your region, you're going on the field, how you've adjusted to this new COVID environment. Now you're excited to be on the field. We touched on social media. We touched, on the Symmetry product here shortly. Talk to us about this. And this is something that the team and I were thinking about, and we're going to ask all of our guests here on our Del Talk series powered by Kind Lending. What is your morning routine? Do you have one? Do you care to have one? I mean, we found that all these successful people have a morning routine, even if it's drinking a cup of coffee quietly by themselves for 10 minutes. Do you feel comfortable sharing your morning routine? Do you have one? If so, what do you do? What does Jen Martinez do to prepare?
I have one. I get up and the first thing I do is see your email every morning to see where I am on the leaderboard.
There you go. There you go.
So then I get up and I run in the morning. So I have a couple older dogs that I take out and, drink my pre-workout, and then I go for a long run in the morning and just kind of clear my head and meditate and think about what I need to do, what I need to accomplish, during the day.
Yeah.
And it's a good mental thing for me to do. And it actually, I'm more productive in the day when I do it than when I don't do it.
Yeah, no, it is. We found, after every interview, we prepare for our interviews here, and every single guest, we have found as we review them, we've done over 20 of these now, that every single guest that talks about their morning routine and how important it is to them to start their day, and every single one of them is successful, like yourself. You know, you've had some record funding months, Jennifer. I'm really, really excited for you. I know March, you're going to hit it out of the park. So we're really excited about that. You know, a lot of great things. Thank you for being on today. I know that it's March and there's March Madness going on. We're super busy. You've got all this training you're doing with your customers. You're doing a heck of a job, Jen. We really appreciate you here at Kind. It was fun going out in the field. I know the other AEs want to be out in the field here soon too. I'm traveling, so brokers out there, you'll be seeing us here face-to-face shortly throughout the country. Jennifer Martinez with Kind Lending in Southern California. Thank you so much for being our guest. You can follow Jen on LinkedIn and also on Instagram. If you want to learn more about Kind Lending, you can visit us on LinkedIn as well, kindlending.com, or on Instagram and also our YouTube channel. So Jen, thank you so much for the interview today. A lot of great information, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you so much. It was good talking to you, Delphina.
Thanks, guys. Thank you for watching.
Okay. Thank you.